Hello, welcome back to Armchair Armory, and it's finished at Anfield. Liverpool 4, Arsenal 0. It's kind of what I expected, to be honest. In the last 3 or 4 seasons, maybe, this is kind of how it's always gone, or it's one of 2 scenarios that goes on with Klopp's Liverpool. I think in the first half, he in terms of how we started the game, I think it was exactly the same lineup that played against Watford. I think for the first 20 to 30 minutes, it was going how I sort of predicted in the preview, that it was going to be very, very competitive, that we seemed a lot more competitive, we seemed a lot more comfortable. And then around 30 minutes in, maybe 40 minutes in, there was an incident between Mane and Tomiyasu, and Arteta started calling for, must have gone to the 4th official, calling for Mane to be sent off or Mane to be booked or something like that, and Klopp reacted to that, and there was a tussle on the touchline. And I think from that moment onwards, it G'd up the stadium and G'd up the Liverpool players, because they raised their level after that. They then scored shortly after that from a Mane header from a Trent Alexander-Arnold free kick. We went in at half-time 1-0 down, which really and truthfully isn't too bad compared to years prior where we'd probably be like 2-3-0 down by half-time. And then, came out second half, looked okay for the first 5 or 10 minutes, and then just kind of fell away a little bit. Nuno Tavares, who was still in at left-back, made a mistake, made a misplaced pass that got picked up by Diogo Jota, who went round everyone. It reminded me of that goal that Firmino scored at the Emirates. Was it at the Emirates or was it at Anfield? I can't remember, but it was the same sort of thing. It was similar to like Ozil's goal against Ludogorets, where everyone was falling over, and it was 2-0 at that point. And that's probably the only time I could say that we were at fault for any of the goals. I think the other goals that were scored were just down to Liverpool's individual quality, and it just goes to show that we are. I knew this before. I don't know why there are fans out there that think because we've won, or because we've not lost in 8 Premier League games, that all of a sudden we can compete with Liverpool. You know, a team that won the league and won the Champions League very recently, that fans already think that we're on that level. And I knew that with a young team and all that kind of stuff, that it was going to be very difficult. And I was expecting us to compete, and to be fair, we did for 45 minutes. But I'm not going to sit here and throw my toys out of the pram, because it's exactly what I expected. I expected us to compete with them for 50, 60 minutes and then them to completely destroy us. And it kind of worked out like that. Competitive for 40 minutes, for the other 65 or whatever, we were completely dominated. We were well and truly beaten. Ramsdale had a really good game again, despite conceding 4 goals. I think the defence wasn't too bad. I mean, the weakest link was probably like Tavares and Tomiyasu. I felt Tomiyasu didn't play very well today. Tavares didn't play very well. The attacking players, again, there wasn't really anything across that front line. You know, Partey didn't play well. Lokonga was okay. Saka, Lacazette wasn't great. Aubameyang was abysmal today, to be honest. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say that he was the reason that we lost or whatever, but I would still say that we just had no sting in our tail, to be honest. But I can't complain too much, because I expected it. I expected us to. I was in my head. I didn't say it on the preview, but in my head I was thinking 3-0. I thought we were going to lose it 3-0. In some ways, you could say that the scoreline is a little bit flattering for Liverpool, because I don't necessarily think it was a 4-0 game. I don't think we were so bad that we deserved to lose 4-0. But I think Arteta said at the end of the game, in the second half when they came out, for the first 10, 15 minutes, we kept that same composure. And then as soon as the second goal went in, we kind of fell away. It kind of just went out of the window. But I guess with a young side, this is going to happen. There are going to be people, I bet if I go on social media now or certain YouTube channels or whatever, there's going to be people saying, oh, my question marks have come back over the manager. or some of them even saying Arteta out, or some of them doing whatever. But it's kind of like, this is what we're going to expect now. For however long this goes on for, we're going to be expecting inconsistent results, especially against the top 4 teams, or top 3 teams in Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool. We're going to be expecting this, inconsistent performances. As Arteta said, I think it was after the Leicester game, we just need to take games game by game. We can't sit here and think that, like, because we've done really well, that all of a sudden it's going to remain like that. I said it. I actually said, even though I don't think this was like an awful performance, I did say after Villa and after Leicester, I said there's going to be a dip. Something's going to happen, and this was it. So the unbeaten run is now over, and as I say, I expected it. But at the end of the day, the positives that come out of it is that we did compete with Liverpool for about 40 minutes. Ramsdale was really good. I think Ben White and Gabriel had a decent game, despite the fact that we conceded 4 goals. Lokonga played all right. So it wasn't all doom and gloom. It wasn't like last season where we literally got battered at Anfield. And for those of you that follow this channel, I think I didn't even put up like a thumbnail for the video for last season's away tie. I just put my notes that just basically said ish, Liverpool versus Arsenal underline, and then ish in capital letters with 4 or 5 exclamation marks. It was really bad. Yeah, it was like really, really bad. And I wouldn't say that was that. I think we only really fell away in the last 20 minutes, to be honest. So, I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm not going to get too angry or het up about it, because I expected this to happen. The other thing that Sky seemed to be pushing today is they keep going on about the fact that Man United lost 4-1 to Watford, which was quite a shocking result, to be honest. And I have a feeling that this might be the end for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But I'm hoping that he stays for at least another week and a half, 2 weeks, because that coincides with when we play them at Old Trafford. But yeah, so going back to the Liverpool game, it is what it is. We move on. We still sit in fifth. I think 1 point above whoever's in 6th, which I don't know who that is right now. I'm just gonna have a look at the Premier League table. So we are, 5th, 1 point in front of Wolves, who are in 6th. And we have Newcastle next Saturday afternoon, early kickoff. So so that's the thing. We've just got to focus on Newcastle now, who will also be kind of galvanised. They've got a new manager, so there'll be the new manager bounce there. And I think they fought back to draw 3-3 with Brentford today. So let's see. I mean, that's all we can do. Just focus on the next game. And I think we've got a good chance to get back into winning ways. It isn't all doom and gloom, Arsenal fans. Yes, we lost today, but I don't think it's anything to go mad about and start calling for the manager's head again or stuff like that, because I think most of us expected this to happen. So hopefully, when I go on social media and YouTube later, people aren't overreacting. But this is Arsenal social media, so there probably will be. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I'll be back again previewing Newcastle later on this week. So until then, take care and stay safe.